AJL Dual Killing Anime coming at you guys with another video, and let's go. Let's get into this topic. Another character analysis. I'm gonna cap it off with my 10 video series character analysis, and no other character deserves this higher honor than another Dragon Ball Z character. Yes, you already know it's Son Goku, aka Kakarot, aka Mr. DBZ, aka Mr. Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth, while he is saving planet Earth from the evildoers who threaten it. Yes, okay, Son Goku, man, this character, what he meant to me as a child, was just absolutely phenomenal. And it was phenomenal because this series just makes me nostalgic whenever I get the opportunity to talk about it. This is a video response to one of my fellow supernovas, Saiyan Z3. He made a grave. What the fuck? He made a very great video character analysis of Son Goku. He talked about his progression throughout the series, his character development throughout the series, how he impacted other characters inside of the series, etc., etc., etc. And I'd like to put a video response to my fellow supernova, Saiyan Z3. First of all, I'm shouting him out. Go check out his channel. He's just that inch away from 100. And if you could go check his videos out and get past, you know, he has quality content with none of the filler. You know, man, he's not the most exciting guy on the camera, but he knows what he's talking about, okay? He's like that little silent guy inside of your science class in the corner, just plotting about how he's gonna destroy the world. But he's a genius, man. He's a genius. So, Dual, I'm gonna get into this. Why? Because Son Goku is a character that I feel I could analyze the fuck out of. Alright? Thinking of what I'm gonna talk about with him today, I'm gonna talk about Son Goku, and it's gonna reflect on Saiyan Z3's video. So go check that video out first. Subscribe to him, then go check this video out first. That's what I recommend you do. But if you don't want to do that, fuck you. Still watch my video, but fuck you. Okay. Son Goku, and how I'm gonna categorize him is based on 5 categories, like I usually do. His character development, how he changes from A to B inside of the story. His character design, and design isn't what he looks like. Design is his personality, his attitude, his charisma, his everything. All these little things about him that make him human or lack thereof is what's in there. How he affects the story. What actions does he does that is relevant to the story? What change that he goes through to affect the plot? Relevance to characters, how he affects other characters in the story, what he does with other characters in the story, and how he plays a specific role in the series as a whole. And finally, usefulness. It doesn't mean usefulness inside of the plot, the story, or anything, but usefulness in any medium when it comes to being a proper shonen main protagonist. If I say hero for him, I'm gonna put him as useful to children, nostalgia factor. This is the last category was made by me, so it could equip to those feeling nostalgia and getting those into this character and why Son Goku is good. Alright, so I'll get the first one out the way. Character development with Son Goku. Goku, starting off in the Dragon Ball Z series, a whole bunch of shit happens. I don't need to summarize the whole series. Basically, he figures out he's a Saiyan, and he fights off and still protects Earth like he did before in the Dragon Ball series, but now it's gone to a graver scale because Goku's mindset is changed towards being content with the fact that he is a human. He thinks he's a human. He loves planet Earth. He's so fun-loving. Then he's introduced to these barbarians who want to destroy the Earth. These strong-ass motherfuckers. And they tell him that he's a Saiyan. They call him by this name, Kakarot, and he's supposed to be content with himself being a Saiyan when he doesn't approve of their type of lifestyle, their barbarianism, their need for battle, and destruction and hate. That's the first initial type of thought we get from Goku. His struggle to accept that he is a Super Saiyan. And it's not all the times that there's introspection into that, but he denies it once it comes to himself versus Vegeta, or, you know, before then, after he trains with King Kai, when he dies, and also when he heals up himself and when he takes the training trip all the way to planet Namek. And once we head over to the Frieza saga over in planet Namek, he becomes content with the fact that he is a Super Saiyan, and he grows as an individual because he sees the pity that he gets from Vegeta as he begs him to save his life. Wow, this is wonky. As he begs him to save his life, and he has a revelation to be content with himself and his origins, but to always keep to what he's learned from Earth. One of the quotes that he had from the series is, I can understand how it feels," and he said this towards Vegeta. He said this was directed towards Vegeta, but this was after Vegeta first died. "I will avenge your loss, and I will avenge my people." You know, he can't deny that. And it was much more of him growing up into a man and realizing his origins. And once he became a Super Saiyan, that's where he was able to let go and realize his origins. Alright, head over to the Cell Saga. It switched over from him realizing his own origins and coming after his own inability to protect others and getting a Super Saiyan form, to advancing himself as an individual when it comes to, you know, him taking a physical spot, a plot device to maintain the other characters and to develop Gohan and Trunks and Vegeta more. And once he came back and he sacrificed himself towards the Earth, it was a class act thing he did beyond himself. And the only character development that is notable in there was that he was able to pass on the torch towards his son. And we see Goku turning more over to a young, lighthearted fighter who just wants to compete against others, you know, Frieza saga, and before that into someone who's forming his son, who's being a father, who's being a thinker of the group, and who's preparing and who's thinking for the best for Earth by letting Gohan face the challenge of Cell. You follow what I'm saying? Then you go over to Buu saga. Now that he's dead and he's content with being dead and he wants to stay in the other world, he doesn't want to cheat death anymore. You see the old Goku, who was younger in Dragon Ball, wanted to save his grandfather, and wanted to use the Dragon Balls to heal Krillin and all of his other friends at the time, wanted to be content with staying. He only had one life to live, and he's cheated that one more times than not by bringing himself back to life. And the Earth was already saved, so there was no other point for him being there. But once it came to the Buu saga, and again, he denied defeating Majin Buu in order to provide a way for the younger generation to step up and to save the world. It said that Goku's not only thinking through like a aesthetic point of view where it's all about fighting or it's all about getting fired up like another main protagonist who's shitty, but I'm not going to get into him. He's thinking about the other characters in the story. So he changes from an adolescent to a young man, to a thinker, to a mentor, to a master, really, because he paves the way for so many people. Oob, Buu, he brings them back to life. He gives them opportunities that are available to them. Vegeta, he's content towards Vegeta, and he just rubs off the person very well. Second category, and I know I spent a lot of time in that first category. Second category is character design. This guy's character design is classical of, or should say, is the premier shonen battle manga character, because he is gluttonous. No, he's not gluttonous. He's gullible, but he's also, you know, kind-hearted. He's airheaded. He's impatient, but he so much cares for humanity and Earth and has general kindness towards it. And what makes him better than most that are here today was that he actually has a mindset to plan with others, to make things serious when they need to be. Vice, let's say for example Monkey D. Luffy, when he may do stupid things and he lessens down the tone of a serious moment due to his character at the time. And even though that's his character scheme, Goku's character scheme allows it to switch from a lighthearted moment to a serious moment to, let's say, just any type of moment, because his character is flexible like that. He's not one-dimensional. He's a smart thinker, but then he could switch at the drop of a dime, and then he could be a casual Western boy. You know, his origins come from him not being able to go to school and get a classical education, but Master Roshi was able to make up for that with what he taught for him before. So his character design is well balanced, but the thing I would have liked more was for him to show more darkness. Not darkness as in, oh, he has to kill people or be merciless, or show that all the time it's not about a joke, but in making decisions that affected not only the bad guys, but the good guys. Let's say if he had to seriously give Trunks and Goten a serious talk down because they weren't taking the danger seriously, as in defeating Majin Buu as he wanted to do at the time. This was done to a lesser extent, but it would have said more about his growth and development and his maturity from there, because he has a play on other characters in the series from the Majin Buu standard point, instead of him just saving the world at the end. But his character design is good. It's good. The third one I'll give is relevance to story. Relevance to the DBZ story really can't be addressed much with Goku, because the DBZ story is dysfunctional. It's dysfunctional because it doesn't have like a build up, and build up, and then this final thing that will combust at the end. Like Yu Yu Hakusho has this build up, these legs, the four beasts, Rando, the four beasts, Toguro Dark Tournament, Sensui Chapter Black, Three Kings Demon World, third tournament in the series. And that's where it capsizes, but then it goes from Frieza Saga, Androids, Cell Saga, Filler, Buu Saga, so on and so forth. They don't have relation to each other. Much of it doesn't have relation to each other, except Goku, one, developing primarily in the Frieza Saga, two, secondary to his son developing in the Cell Saga, and three, developing more than he should have in the Buu Saga. You know, he was relevant towards the first two sagas, but when it comes to the third saga, he would have had a better role if he would have allowed others to take care of the issue, just like Cell did. Gohan defeated Cell, and it was because of the effect and dramatic role that Goku played, an emotional role that Goku played with his son, was that he was a good figure for it. But with Goku defeating Buu with the Spirit Bomb and then having Vegeta be there too, it really didn't flex Goku's character as a whole. Like, I didn't see anything different that I would have seen with Goku per Saiyan arc, per Saiyan Saga, or per Frieza Saga. You understand what I'm saying? So, relevance to the story in Goku is, only because some instances he was pushed really well, and other instances he should have been used in another way, in my opinion. Now, relevance to characters. This guy gets a very good for relevance to characters, even great. He managed to teach Gohan how to release the restraints on himself and push him towards the Super Saiyan 2. He changed the heart of such villains as Vegeta, as Piccolo. How'd I forget his name? Yamcha. No, not Yamcha. Tien. Boo. Yeah. So he's managing to change the hearts of others, and when with his son, he's able to ascend him to another level. And later on in the series, with Goten and Trunks, he's able to raise them up to a fighting fusion warrior that is able to compete against a high-level, disastrous being such as Buu or Super Buu. You understand what I'm saying? Goku plays an inspiration towards the characters of Dragon Ball Z, because he represents what is good and what is pure towards humanity and planet Earth, and his friends can see that, and they look up to him towards that. So Goku's absolutely important towards relevance towards the other characters and how he affects their development. Gohan wouldn't have been able to train and release his restraint and be able to master, Super Saiyan 2 form and defeat Cell in the end if it wasn't for his father's support, even though it was the dramatic Kamehameha at the end, or if it was him sacrificing himself to save the Earth, or if it was him giving him a pep talk into fighting Cell or training with him in the hyperbolic time chamber. Alright, so That's the fourth category right there. The fifth one I'd like to say is relevance towards nostalgia and relevance towards anyone who's seen the series before. Goku is a natural born hero. And I'd say this before, he's a figurehead for anyone who wants to see and look at a guy who's a hero or who's a figurehead or that guy, the guy. When you think of professional wrestling, in the golden era of the WWF or the WWE now, there was Hulk Hogan. Then later on in the Attitude Era, there was Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. But for the anime season or the anime industry back in the 90s and even in the first decade of the 21st century, it was Goku. Goku's the premier guy inside of it. Whenever you get anime synopsis or whenever you're introduced to anime, for those of you who watched it years ago who are at my age or older, Goku is the premier shonen battle manga protagonist, and Naruto, Ichigo, Kenichi, Gonta, Luffy, etc., are based off of this character because it's successful. It's something you look at and say, I'm that character. So those are my 5 categories, and I'm going to leave this up to you. My opinion of Son Goku is that he's a great character. I want your opinion down in the description box, or make a video response. This is my video response and character profile of Son Goku to Saiyan Z3. Again, go subscribe to that guy. He's a great guy. Go see it. He's just very good. Alright? Dual Killing Anime. Like or dislike this video, it does not matter. You've had all the quality content with none of the filler. And if you don't know what that is, then you need to watch more anime. I'll see you guys later. Peace.